Colby Parkinson, the tight end for the LA Rams, making a catch over safety Daniel Thomas. And I will play the clip and we'll talk about it after here.
Okay, so we've got a maybe catch, maybe bobble.
There were three angles.
I see the.
I want to show.
Okay.
I want to show this one, and then I want to show.
And I'm seeing this live. I was to the viewers. I was at work at Arrowhead, so I'm reacting to this live.
So interesting angles of this catch here. What are your initial reactions?
Obviously. Yeah, I see a bobble, of course, but I'm not sure if I see the ball fully hit the ground because he's not going out of bounds there. So if the ball never hits the ground, I want to see this angle again. My initial reaction is it looks like his hand gets underneath the ball. So while it does bobble and move, I'm not sure if I'm seeing it hit the ground. What was the ruling on the field?
So there's actually two elements of this play that we need to talk about. Number one.
Okay, and I don't know the outcome of this play either. So I'm truly live reacting to this.
Right. The first outcome is whether this is a catch or not. Obviously, it's in question, right? Because the ball is moving throughout the entire, process of the catch. It's just a matter of is it touching the ground when it is moving, right? That's the key element. And the next element is this a touchdown? As it was ruled on the field and confirmed by the refs. That's the two elements that we need to look at.
Touchdown. I didn't even think about
this
if it
was
was a touchdown
and
or not.
Confirmed by replay review as a touchdown and completed catch for the Los Angeles Rams. Something that I think is wrong on both counts, unbelievably so.
Okay.
I don't think this is a catch, and it's certain if it is a catch, it certainly isn't a touchdown because we can see from the second angle, which begins here, that if he does maintain possession of it, it would be right about here, and he is well short. Also, I think that ball is right here and is touching the ground because you're saying it's under his hand, and I'm seeing ball. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a catch. This hand is also folded under weird, making me think that it couldn't possibly be
a ball.
No idea. Can't tell. It's hidden somewhere. We can extrapolate from this view that the ball is somewhere behind the hand, right? But I think this view gives us the best look at it because you can see where the tip of the ball is. It's right in his chest, in his numbers. So when it comes down, you can presume that he's just going to smash this ball down. And based on where this hand is, that ball's going to come and hit the ground. Based on physics, right? It's not going to teleport forward and go into his hands. And so the ball, especially the back part of it, it's probably not visible because when we were looking at it from there, the ball is here. So it's not going to be visible through this gap. But it looks to me like the hand, there's not enough hand underneath that ball to say completed catch. But I'm curious your thoughts.
The ruling on the field was catch and touchdown, correct?
Correct. They confirmed the ruling on the field. I believe if they said incomplete, they would have not confirmed it, but that's another conversation.
So yeah, and that's why I asked that question, because in order to overturn something, you have to have clear and obvious evidence, or you have to have clear evidence to overturn it. I see hand underneath the ball. And so if they have a touchdown here, then that means the refs are saying that as of a split second before this screenshot, because this paused clip right here is having the ball in the end zone, but it's saying that up until right now, so right here, they're saying he doesn't have possession of the ball. Go like one more frame real quick for me. And then he still doesn't have the ball, or doesn't have possession of the ball yet. And now is when he
say that's possession.
No, hold on. Or maybe now or the next frame, I should say. But now is when he, at the earliest, could have possession based on the ruling.
They're saying that he gains possession here in the end zone right here, honestly, because
pretty much,
there's no way
that's where he gains possession. Yeah.
Wow. So here's my thing. Obviously, his right hand is not connected to the ball here. It's out in front. You can see.
Mhm.
And it doesn't reestablish contact with the ball until kind of in the end zone. So that means he would have to really maintain possession because he hasn't established it yet because it's a touchdown. So he's just maintaining it long enough to get into the end zone. I don't
Or
think
keeping
that
it off the ground, really. I wouldn't even say maintaining. He hasn't. I don't think he's established control at all yet. But it's at least not hitting the ground yet. Is at
I
least what
think
the refs are saying.
that's a good distinction, yeah, because if he had control, he'd be down, right? So he's not maintaining it.
Yes.
He's just he's prolonging
Or
the
if he had
maintain
possession
part.
at all, he would have been down.
Exactly. And so that's why I think this catch is so confounding, and it's because of this view here. Take a look at where the ball ends up. This is
Ooh, it
wobbling.
certainly looks like it's about to drop. Mhm.
There's no way that this hand, which is on the nose of the ball, gets underneath the ball enough to establish possession, in my opinion. This angle is the key.
But watch that left hand, though. Watch it dip under.
I just
Watch
don't.
that left hand. Watch where it goes.
The
It
left
starts
hand
to
is
dip,
still on the nose of
starts
the
to
ball.
curl.
The left hand is still on the nose of the ball. You can see his fingers still. It's not underneath
Yeah.
it. And his body comes and smashes the ball into the ground. In my opinion, you can't say that he has possession there. You just can't.
And I don't think he does have possession. I don't think he does have possession yet there. But I'm also not seeing the ball on the turf yet. And maybe it's because the helmet covers it. But if the helmet's covering it and we don't know where the ball is, it's not enough to overturn.
Another underrated element is you can see the white glove of the safety get underneath where the ball was going to land, meaning that he could have inadvertently kept the ball off the turf, but we couldn't see that.
Mhm. Sure.
At the end of the day, Lions fans were rightfully mad at this play because it looks like he didn't maintain possession of the catch at all. If this is a catch and touchdown and Des Bryant's isn't, I feel like that's where a lot of Lions fans are upset, right? But at the end of the day, there's not enough evidence to rule either way. And so they just went with what was on the field, frustratingly enough, because we don't have enough camera angles to tell if that ball
Fair.
ever
And
did touch the turf.
maybe based on the evidence I'm presented, I confirm it also. Because I don't see it ever hit the ground.
I just think the key
Because
point
I
of
see that
evidence,
blue glove. I see that blue glove underneath.
I just think the key point of evidence is right here. The ball is slipping through his hands and he barely gets that glove underneath it. And I don't think that it's physically possible based on the laws of physics in the universe to
So
keep
what
this
is
ball
that blue
off the
right
ground.
there? What is that blue then right there? Yeah. What is that then?
That's his glove.
That's his glove, right?
But it's on the nose of the ball here. It's not possible to keep the ball off the ground. And like you said, he can't have maintained possession here because the refs ruled it a touchdown. And so the refs don't think he has possession here. And so when his body slams down onto the ball, I don't think that the laws of physics allow him to keep it off the ground and complete the process of the catch at this moment. So he's still bobbling at the end, honestly.
So here's what I think happened. And this is kind of what I think, because you see that ball not more flat, you see that ball more angled up. So if he's got his hands underneath the nose of the ball, like where my microphone is, then that ball's going to jar up into his chest like it hit the ground, but it didn't hit the ground. It hits his glove, still bobbling, but never onto the turf.
Okay, so
that's what I'm arguing.
I have a slight devil's advocate argument, but for fear of making this one last too long. So when do you say he does complete the catch here? Because right now,
probably right around, but one knee equals 2 feet.
Look, he loses possession out of bounds, so he still doesn't have possession. He didn't make a football move. He didn't make a football move. I would argue that there's not enough time to establish possession if he's still bobbling it here. He never makes a football move. The foot jars it loose. I think this is incomplete by every standard because in order to say that it's a touchdown, it has to be a really late establishment of possession, meaning that the establishment of his possession came right when you said right here. But is there enough time? We talked about this last week with Isaiah Likely. I don't think there's enough time. He doesn't make a football move. This, to me, is still incomplete.
Unless, and then I'll end it here too, unless he's considered like down by contact before losing it with his knee in the end zone.
Maybe,
That could
but
be the only way. Because otherwise, I'm with him. Like, ooh, that does come loose.
it's an
But if it
ugly, ugly
catch,
play.
knee down by contact, and then lose by rule, if that is the sequence the refs are seeing, then it would be a touchdown based on their thought process. But I do
Right.
see the controversy there.
Right. Because in order to understand the ref's point of view, the establishment of contact of the catch has to come after this point because it couldn't have come before. And so the clock starts at this point. And we're in slow motion and he's still moving and then the ball comes loose fully and he loses possession out of bounds. To me, there's not enough time. If you're going to rule that Isaiah Likely didn't have possession when he took 2 steps and made a football move, you can't argue that he has possession in the end zone either. It's once again,
Likely was never down by contact. He never had a knee down.
but he was 2 feet in bounds. He was effectively established in bounds, which is one of the parameters of a catch that we went over. You can still lose it after establishing 2 feet in bounds, as the refs ruled earlier, right? And you said yourself,
funny enough,
you have
though,
to survive the
if you-
ground. And he didn't. He didn't survive the ground. So that's my ruling, is incomplete. He didn't survive and maintain possession of the ground enough while in bounds. It's the same exact ruling and logic that the refs used to overturn Isaiah Likely's catch last week.
I think we're 2 for 2 on weeks where we disagree with the outcome